Across Sub-Saharan Africa, a rapidly growing Pan-African non-government organization is opening the door for school children to invention, entrepreneurship, and engineering.
We believe in the potential in every child, and we think the future of this world is science-based. So we are trying to nurture every scientist able to run with whatever vision they have.
Across science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, their mission is to keep building hands-on, so-called STEM centers. It's about more than just kids with computers. It's a continental experiment in building scalable skills, creating jobs, and incubating micro-industries.
I'm able to use these skills to also empower the other younger generations, like the kids in my village, so that it may help them to get out from the streets, so that they can also give mentorship to others.
This is the organization leading an African learning revolution. This is Inside Africa. The STEMpower story began in Ethiopia in 2009 and has since expanded to 49 countries, with more than 150 lab-style STEM centers across Africa. These self-contained spaces offer hands-on, curriculum-aligned learning, introducing students to engineering, invention, and entrepreneurship, from Morocco to South Africa, and Senegal to the Seychelles.
This is in Jigjiga, Ethiopia.
Mark Gelfand is the founder of STEMpower, a visionary social entrepreneur dedicated to expanding access to STEM education
And they're learning how to use an oscilloscope.
and empowering underserved young Africans through innovation and sustainable, future-focused learning.
I wanted to help others that didn't have that experience that I had, but I always wanted to teach kids. It was the kind of the theme of my life. So the core purpose of what has evolved into STEMpower today is to put a STEM engineering center in every Sub-Saharan African country.
And so far, across almost 50 African countries, the organization has collaborated with schools and universities to promote education and empowerment, and to help a young continent engineer its own future.
One of the big opportunities in the establishment of the STEM centers across Africa has been universities believing in our vision. And this really helped us to reduce the cost of establishing a STEM center, because we can equip already existing facilities, and it will encourage more students, more young people to dare to dream.
In Polokwane, South Africa, one such collaboration with the University of Limpopo is relatively new, but has already yielded results.
These are the courses that we are currently offering at Limpopo Collab.
When they came to us some time back in 2023, we were able to provide them with this facility that you see here. So this partnership essentially is enabling us to ensure that we are able to respond quite effectively, efficiently to the socio-economic needs of the communities around us.
And for STEM Center Coordinator James Lenzwane, collaboration is key.
The relationship is through collaboration to do something, and also an investment in science and technology. So that is what is needed. So it's through collaboration to provide and train young people, especially in the rural areas of Limpopo, with digital skills, technical skills, and innovation.
So if you want to do meaningful development of an area like Limpopo, you must begin in the rural areas first. Once they are trained, they can go and ignite these sectors in the economy with the shared knowledge that they've had.
One group of alumni have opened small businesses offering cell phone repair services.
I actually saw a post on Facebook which was talking about this skill development program of fixing phones. So I actually liked fixing phones, but I never got someone who can teach me how to fix phones. It's actually a good program. For men and women, I think STEMpower is actually like putting a hand to reach kids from disadvantaged families.
The programs are also aimed at preparing learners for key industries in the countries and provinces where they are located.
We want to focus on the 5 industries that drive the economy of Limpopo province. So that being mining and energy, agriculture, tech entrepreneurship, arts and tourism, but also to provide people with skills to be employable within the drone space itself. Giving them access to those technologies and letting them know that these things are accessible and you can utilize them.
For one group of friends, this meant developing a robot with potential application in the mining industry.
We've built a very beautiful prototype. So its work is to detect obstacles, and it also has ultrasonic sensor, it has humid sensor, it has flame sensor and smoke. So whenever any of these parameters happens, it gives an alert.
STEMpower has established multiple STEM centers in South Africa, embedded in host institutions at universities and colleges in key regions, and all of them encourage hands-on learning.
It's like when you have somebody who's young doing something, and the young people see that particular person doing something, they start to believe that somebody like them can do something.
Going to module 3, we are going to focus on how you can use the internet.
We hope to create a future where a young person is not the passive user of technology, but is actively creating something for themselves.
And for STEMpower, the plan is to continue opening STEM centers and awakening young minds.
We started in one country, but if you look at the map now, you'd say, hey, we're all over Sub-Saharan Africa, from Mauritania down to Mozambique. STEM education will move countries forward. With more STEM centers, we get to more students and build this neighborhood of STEM centers that all communicate with each other. It's a beautiful thing to see in Africa.
This is Lesotho, and in 2024, the STEMpower organization opened its first so-called STEM center in partnership with the Limpopo University of Creative Technology. Science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Fields that here in the capital Maseru are being opened up to young learners.
They're basically trying to look around them and see what they can touch, what sense they can make out of anything. And when you bring them into the STEM education, the impact is quite big. So with the early start, it makes them ready for the future.
But not all students become aware of STEM subjects at such a young age.
Back in high school, I was introduced to computer studies. Then I was able to have some basics on how the computers works and understand the basics of computer hardware and software.
And Likano soon came up with a way to teach youngsters to use basic hardware components.
The project that was developed was aimed to teach students on how to assemble hardware and also be able to use electronic components to come up with an effective working toy that can help them to learn. It is important for young kids to have access to computers because the more they learn, it helps them to have some more opportunities. That motivation to know more can help to come up with innovative or creative project in the future.
And the university is able to offer short courses to equip students with essential 21st century skills like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, collaboration, and digital literacy at no charge.
We are able to give a chance to someone to actually have a feel of how they can have contact with solutions that actually work.
one group of former students took this challenge to solve their nation's problems to heart.
Coming up with the smart traffic management system idea was because of the traffic challenge in Lesotho, especially at four-way intersections. So for our fourth year project, we decided to implement a hardware prototype to solve the problem. And then we drafted a proposal and then submitted it to our supervisor. And while it was approved, we went on with the implementation.
Another part of the university's work sees the team visiting schools outside the capital, like here at Mapetla High School, to introduce them to the concept of STEM.
For all of us, we have to follow the route in which take us to the brighter future. STEM is very important to all of us in terms of maybe changing our country, changing our education, changing even our communities where we come from. So it's very important to know that.
And science teacher Leslie Maketa is quick to acknowledge the importance of embracing the subjects that will prepare these children for the future.
It's either technology changes you or you have to change it. And we have to adapt to the situation. Technology must play a vital role to help us to be creative enough to solve the problems, the challenges of the world.
I developed the love of science and technology because I realized that there is nothing we can do without science. We need science and technology to survive.
In 2024, STEMpower opened its first STEM center in the Southern African Kingdom of Eswatini, in partnership with the University of Eswatini, outside the capital of Mbambane.
The STEM Center is, of course, quite a good opportunity for Eswatini, and most particularly the local community surrounding the university. So I think it came at the right time, where Eswatini is also, trying to push the agenda, the STEM agenda, so that, Eswatini can become this knowledge economy that is grounded, in science and engineering and so on.
So you could see that your voltage is going to add up. So you have 12 volts, then it adds up to 48 volts.
Here, students are encouraged to tackle problems that directly affect their own lives and communities. In Eswatini, one of those challenges is power supply. In a kingdom that imports up to 80% of its electricity from neighboring countries.
We wanted to align ourselves with the national agenda of contributing into the energy security of Eswatini.
Because our solar panels have a current of 6.6 amps. So now we know how are we going to connect the solar panels in order to achieve a current that is above 10.
When this program was introduced, we were all interested in it because with this curriculum, we have learned how to produce electricity from natural resources whereby we won't be doing any pollution onto the environment. And we as Swazis, we would like to start doing these installations on our own so that we can maintain our economic structure and as well empower ourselves on working on these systems.
And the hope here is that this program will attract learners from across the country.
Especially for the rural areas, we still need to do an outreach on teaching them on how the solar systems work. So now that we are getting versed on the solar systems, we can now have a way to convince and to make them understand why we are now venturing into this kind of energy production.
Our ambition is that they have been capacitated to make a positive impact in the community. And more than that, we hope that the knowledge and the skills that we impart to them will have a multiplier effect.
I would like just to mention that I was the only lady in our class, but my brothers were very welcoming. So I would just encourage ladies out there to come and join the engineering field, as we know that it's a male-dominated field, but it's very accessible, that gents are welcoming. Our future will be very bright.
Ethiopia is central to STEMpower's mission, and the Pan-African organization has established dozens of STEM centers across the country. It's also where the first STEM center, focused on promoting science, technology, engineering and mathematics, or STEM education, opened back in 2009.
So after establishing a good number of STEM centers, well, the question came, what next? And then we decided, okay, let's try an entrepreneurship program in collaboration with the trainings. And we discovered a lot of young people have that talent that they were willing to put into the market.
Mekdes Mesfin transforms her creativity into a business through entrepreneurship training that helped her structure, launch, and grow her fashion design brand, named after her mother.
She was a single mom raising me up, and so I had to name it after her. Designing and sketching has always been my thing. STEMpower has helped me a lot because growing up I didn't have anyone who runs a business or owns a business. And so I had to learn how a startup could have structure and could have organization. So it was an eye-opening learning experience for me.
Ezzedine Camille is an Ethiopian technologist and entrepreneur, co-founder of Ibex Technologies and CEO of Tina Mart, whose journey from rural beginnings highlights resilience, innovation, and STEMpower-enabled opportunity.
I had my own learning path, which is learning from the internet. I also tried to join boot camps organized by STEMpower. So I created my own learning environment to learn all about innovation and entrepreneurship.
By 2025, STEMpower had more than 50 STEM centers in Ethiopia, making the country a cornerstone of its Pan-African initiative to spread hands-on STEM training, while inspiring young people, especially young women, to build skills, confidence, and careers. Hannah Sheto began her journey engaging with STEMpower's initiatives and later became a tech leader and advocate from her base at Microsoft's headquarters in Seattle.
When I was first selected as an STEAM Scholar program that was organized by STEMpower, I had an opportunity to learn in a university setup with really smart students during my high school time.
And Hannah is quick to stress the importance of mentorship and appreciating those who mentored her.
Mentorship is a way to get more information and uplift yourself, like when you're in certain place and you're initial, like let's say you're an entry level, and getting experience and mentorship from other people who are really experienced.
South Sudan is the youngest country in the world, having achieved independence in 2011 following decades of civil war. It's a powerful symbol of self-determination and nation building.
STEMpower's core mission is to promote STEM education in South Sudan. This is the same across Africa, where STEM education is used to solve some of the issues that we are facing as a continent at large. And I believe that the practical skills that they have gained has really helped a lot of youth to gain employment.
While still a student, STEMpower introduced Edwin Gome to robotics, a journey that saw him represent South Sudan in multiple international competitions.
I heard about STEMpower, which was planning to organize a national science fair, and I got interested in participating in the science fair. So this was one of the programs that I participated in, and it is one of the programs that helped to open my eyes into the world of tech, and we won. And so winning that competition gave me the vision that this is just the beginning, so I can do more and I can achieve more. So STEMpower played a crucial role in giving me a vision of my own future.
In nearby Rwanda, STEMpower runs 8 free-to-attend STEM centers, giving young people hands-on access to electronics, computing, and innovation tools often missing from classrooms.
I didn't like primary school because whenever I asked the teacher to carry out an experiment, he or she told me that we don't have lab. I wonder, how can you teach me something without even showing me how it works?
Then Gilbert heard STEMpower would be coming to his school and installing a STEM lab.
The principal came one day and he told us that STEM is going to build a lab for us. For me, I was very happy to hear that STEM is going to build a lab for us, because I wish that one day I can make a project that is going to benefit to many Rwandans and even worldwide. Yeah, that's my wish.
For STEMpower, the dream is to not only continue to see the organization grow, but to find ways to do so at an increased pace, despite the red tape that sometimes gets in the way.
We have challenges with custom clearance, challenges with getting things from point A to B. So DHL has been that key partner.
Expansion across the continent was facilitated through a collaboration between global logistics company DHL and international charity SmartAID.
And we often get asked the question, why do we do it? It fits in perfectly with our purpose, wanting to make the world a better place by connecting people and improving lives. I can talk about the number of STEM centers, but the impact goes far beyond that. And I hope that by providing education around science and maths and engineering, it sets you up to be able to address those very unique challenges on the continent.
And for the STEMpower team, the mission remains clear.
We pull in the younger generation, we get them excited about what we do, about what STEM is all about, with the hope of them going through the education, getting curious, joining the university, learning even more, and then eventually becoming some sort of a base of infrastructure, the next industrial leaders in their own country.
So in our quest to change the youth in Africa, we believe in the potential in every child. And we think the future of this world is science-based. So with this belief, we are trying to nurture every scientist that they can be able to run with whatever vision they have. In the next 10 years, we are looking at an empowered youth in Africa.